Doo-doo-doo. Hi friends, hello! Welcome to days 2 of story time with the Frizz. Hello, and I'm so glad to see you. Now, I don't know about you all, but where I am right now, it's a little bit of a gray day. It's kind of dreary, makes everyone a little mopey. So what we're gonna do today is instead of focusing on being mopey, we're gonna take in a great story and go on an adventure. So I actually have 2 adventures today, as promised. The first one is probably going to be more suited for younger readers. It is a classic rainy day, sick day, being inside day story, Corduroy. I'm so excited. And then the next story that we're going to take in is probably going to be a little bit better for, say, 2nd grade and up. So I'll let you all kind of decide what to do with your viewers. But let's go ahead and get started with the classic and one of my favorites, Corduroy, by Dawn Freeman. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. He waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent so much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button on one of his shoulder straps." Aw, that's relatable. Poor Corduroy. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go see if I can find one." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his poor lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was a most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." "Me too. What about you all? You always wanted to live in a palace?" That makes sense. Me too. He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I think I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." He crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, it's my button!" he cried, and he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. Aw. He pulled with both paws until pop, off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled, bang, into a tall floor lamp, and over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going around with his flashlight on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." Uh-oh. He flashed his light under all the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store that morning. And there, looking at him with wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said that I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. All the way up the floor, 4 flights of stairs she ran, and into her family's apartment, and straight into her own room. There we go. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl's-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. Aww. The end. That's so exciting for Corduroy. He found a nice place where he belongs. Everyone got a new friend. Oh, that's such a great day.